The Toyota bZ4X Touring is the most powerful electric car Toyota has ever built. Not a sports car, not a hot GR hatch, but for 2026, a tall family wagon that sits at the very top of Toyota's electric range. 2 motors, one on each axle, 375 horsepower, and a run from rest to 60 miles an hour in a little over 4 seconds. That is hot hatch quick, and it is wearing roof rails and a Toyota badge. So the brand that built its whole name on playing it safe just made its fastest electric car and hid it inside a school-run shape. This is the new Touring grade. A longer body riding on the biggest battery Toyota has yet fitted to a bZ4X. The electric SUV almost nobody got excited about has become the quickest thing Toyota sells without a race number on the door. There is one figure I'd rather you did not linger on, and we will come back to it. First, the shape the camera keeps circling. Watch it move down a back road and the trick becomes obvious. It does not look fast. It looks planted, calm, a little serious. The kind of car you would drive to a campsite rather than a track day. That is exactly the disguise. Toyota stretched the standard bZ4X by adding around 5.5 inches of body behind the rear axle, so the result is less an SUV and more a long, low electric wagon. The roof runs almost flat to the tail, capped by proper roof rails that promise a life of bikes, boxes, and roof tents. It is aimed squarely at the family that wants one car for the commute and the coast. And for the first time, an electric Toyota looks ready for both. The face is where Toyota finally looks sure of itself. The nose is clean and low, the lighting pulled thin and wide, and the whole front leans forward as if it is already moving. Down the side, the two-tone paint does the heavy lifting. A dark body over a bronze lower half that hides the cladding and makes the thing look expensive from 30 feet away. The wheels fill their arches, big 20-inch alloys the camera keeps returning to. They are part of why this version is the quick one, and part of why it will not travel quite as far as its smaller-wheeled sibling. At the back, the light signature runs wide and low across the tail, and it makes the car look broader and more planted than the raw numbers suggest. Even the badge has changed its meaning. For years, a Toyota badge on an electric car promised sensible and slow. On this one, the same badge sits on the most powerful Toyota SUV ever sold. That is the tension the whole car is built around. So let us go to the part that earns the claim. Under the floor sit 2 electric motors, one driving the front wheels and one driving the rear, and together they make 375 horsepower. In a Toyota, in a family wagon. The old bZ4X asked for patience. This one asks for road. Bury the pedal, and it pins you into the seat, clearing 60 miles an hour in a little over 4 seconds. That is genuinely quicker than the Tesla Model Y most buyers would cross-shop it against. And because both axles are driven, that pace does not fall apart when the road turns to gravel or the weather turns bad. This is the promise the badge on the tailgate now makes. If this is the first time one of these has ever surprised you, subscribe, because we take every new electric car exactly this seriously. The way it uses the power is very Toyota though. It is fast, but it is never angry. There is no drama and no theater, just a long quiet shove that makes overtakes disappear. It is the pace of a hot hatch delivered with the manners of a lounge. And that split personality, the calm body over the serious hardware, is the single most interesting thing about this car. Step inside, and the same idea repeats. The cabin is built to feel unbothered rather than sporty. Ahead of you, it sits low and simple, wrapped in soft materials that lift it well above the old car. The seats are wide and flat, made for long motorway hours instead of lap times, and there is real room in the back now, because that stretched body went somewhere useful. The center of it all is a large touchscreen that runs almost everything, and this is where Toyota has spent its money. It is quick, it is clear, and it finally answers one of the sharpest complaints owners had about the first bZ4X. Around it, most of the daily controls survive as real buttons, which is a small mercy on a wet morning. It is not the most exciting cabin in the class. It is one of the calmest, and after an hour behind the wheel, calm is what stays with you. That longer tail pays off at the back. Lift the tailgate and there's about 3.5 cubic feet more cargo space than the standard bZ4X, turning the wagon shape into a real reason to buy rather than just a look. Which brings us back to that figure Toyota would rather you skipped. Range first, and the news there is fine. The Touring carries a battery of just under 75 kilowatt hours, and Toyota quotes just over 300 miles between charges on the official test. Knock off the usual optimism, and real families will see a little less, but it is comfortably enough for a week of school runs and the odd weekend away. Here is the honest part. For all its new speed, the bZ4X Touring still runs on a 400-volt electrical system, and at a fast charger it tops out at around 150 kilowatts. That sounds big until you line it up against the field. A Tesla Model Y pulls harder, and the 800-volt Koreans, the Kia EV6, and the Hyundai models simply leave it behind on a long drive, refilling in close to half the time. So, on a genuine road trip, the fastest Toyota EV is also the one that keeps you waiting longest at the plug. The cushion is real though. Almost nobody fast charges every day. Plug this in at home overnight on a normal wall box, and you wake up to a full battery every single morning. The gap the spec sheet shows you quietly disappears from your actual life. It only bites on the big trips, and only if you refuse to stop for a coffee. So what does the fastest, most practical Toyota EV cost? In Australia, the bZ4X Touring opens at just under $70,000 before on-road costs, which is real money, and Toyota knows it. But look at what it is parked against. A Tesla Model Y long range sits right on its doorstep, while the Skoda Enyaq and the Kia EV6 hover just above and below. And against that company, the Toyota's pitch gets clear. It is the one with the most power, the longest body, and the deepest warranty standing behind it. Because that is the other quiet weapon here. Toyota covers the battery for up to 10 years, far longer than most of the field. And that kind of cover changes how a nervous first-time electric buyer sleeps at night. It will not win a shouting match over charging speed. It is built to win the far longer race of simply owning it. For a lot of buyers, that peace of mind will matter more than any charging chart. And that is the whole story of the bZ4X Touring. Toyota watched everyone else chase headline charging figures and wild styling, and answered with something stranger. A quick, calm, genuinely fast electric wagon that hides its talent instead of shouting about it. It arrived late to this fight, and it still has that one soft spot at the rapid charger. But it is also the most convincing electric car the company has ever made, and the first that feels like Toyota truly wanted to build it. So do not file the bZ4X Touring under just another slow, sensible Toyota EV. File it under the moment the most cautious brand in the world finally decided to have a little fun. If you want to see how it holds up head-to-head, the Tesla Model Y comparison is next.